Have you ever wondered why Ghana deliberately flooded a part of their land? It's a question that might sound strange, but the story behind it is nothing short of fascinating. To fully understand the reasons, we need to travel back to the early 60s, a time when Ghana was a young nation, freshly independent and eager to make its mark on the world stage. The country was brimming with optimism, under the charismatic and visionary leadership of its first president, Kwame Nkrumah. Nkrumah had a dream, a grand vision of transforming Ghana into a modern, industrialized nation. To achieve this, he knew the country would need a reliable and sustainable source of power. But where would it come from? The answer lay in the mighty Volta River, which flowed through the heart of Ghana. Nkrumah proposed the construction of a massive dam on the Volta River, a project that would not only provide the much-needed power, but also create a vast man-made lake. The dam would harness the power of the river, converting it into electricity to fuel the country's industrial growth. However, there was a catch. To build the dam and create the lake, a significant portion of the land would need to be submerged. It was a drastic measure, but Nkrumah believed it was a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. The decision wasn't made lightly. It sparked heated debates and divided opinions. Many people were against the idea, fearing the loss of their homes and livelihoods. But Nkrumah, with his unwavering conviction, managed to sway public opinion. He argued that the benefits far outweighed the costs, that the dam would bring about a new era of prosperity for Ghana. This decision, although controversial, set the stage for a significant transformation in the country. It was a bold move, one that would have far-reaching consequences. But as we'll see in the next scenes, the Great Submersion was just the beginning of a much larger story. How does a country go about submerging its own land, you may wonder? Well, it's not as simple as a flick of a switch. It's a process that requires careful planning, precise engineering, and a significant amount of time. This was the challenge that Ghana faced in the mid-20th century, when they decided to create what would eventually become Lake Volta, one of the largest man-made lakes by surface area in the world. The first step was to build a dam, and not just any dam, but one that could withstand the immense pressure of the Volta River. This behemoth of engineering was named the Akosombo Dam. At over 368 meters long and 134 meters high, the Akosombo Dam was a marvel of its time, a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. Creating the dam was a Herculean task in itself, involving the mobilization of thousands of workers and the movement of millions of cubic meters of earth and rock. But the challenges did not end there. Once the dam was completed, the next step was to flood the area behind it, a process that required careful monitoring to ensure that the dam could withstand the pressure. The flooding process was gradual and took several years to complete. It was a delicate balancing act, as too much water too quickly could lead to catastrophic failure of the dam, while too little could cause the project to fall behind schedule. Through careful management and constant vigilance, the engineers were able to control the flow of water and gradually create the lake. But the creation of Lake Volta was not without its sacrifices. Thousands of people were displaced from their homes, and hundreds of square miles of fertile farmland were lost to the waters. Yet despite these challenges, the project was deemed a success. This monumental task was not without its sacrifices and losses. The creation of Lake Volta and the Akosombo Dam was a turning point in Ghana's history, a testament to the country's determination and ingenuity. It was a project that changed the landscape of the country forever, both literally and figuratively. What happens when a country sacrifices part of its own land for progress? Imagine waking up one day to find your home, your fields, your entire way of life submerged underwater. For some, this was the harsh reality when Ghana decided to flood a portion of its land. The immediate aftermath was a whirlwind of emotions. Displacement was rampant as villages and farms were swallowed by the waters. Lives were uprooted, cultures disrupted, and the very fabric of communities was torn apart. People had to leave behind what they knew and loved, venturing into unfamiliar territories, starting from scratch. Yet, amid the turbulence, there was a glimmer of hope. The flooding was not just a reckless act of destruction, but a calculated move towards progress. It marked the birth of Lake Volta, now the largest man-made lake in the world by surface area. This vast body of water brought with it the promise of hydroelectric power, a resource that would fuel Ghana's development for decades to come. The Akosombo Dam, erected to create this reservoir, turned into a beacon of light, literally and metaphorically. It powered homes, industries, and even neighboring countries, transforming Ghana into a leading energy exporter in the region. But the benefits didn't stop at power generation. The lake also became a lifeline for many locals. Fishing activities flourished, providing a fresh source of income for those displaced by the flooding. The waters teemed with tilapia and other species, turning the lake into a bustling hub of commerce and sustenance. And let's not forget the boost to tourism. Lake Volta, with its serene beauty, and the Akosombo Dam, with its awe-inspiring scale, drew visitors from around the globe. The revenue generated contributed significantly to the economy, helping to offset some of the initial hardships caused by the flooding. In the end, the aftermath of the flooding was a tale of resilience and adaptation. People learned to live with the changes, to harness the opportunities, and to rise above the challenges. The aftermath of the flooding was a mix of pain and progress. So, what does this all mean for Ghana today? The legacy of the deliberate flooding and the construction of the Akosombo Dam is etched deeply into Ghana's present. It has left a profound imprint on the nation's economy, energy production, and the lifestyle of its people. The dam, a marvel of engineering, has become the backbone of Ghana's energy infrastructure, providing a significant chunk of the country's electricity. In economic terms, the dam has propelled growth, powering industries and invigorating commerce. But the impact isn't just economic. The flooding has also transformed the cultural fabric of the nation. Communities have adapted, developing unique ways of life around the Volta Lake, the largest man-made lake in the world by surface area. The deliberate flooding of part of Ghana's land is a testament to the country's resilience and determination to forge ahead, no matter the cost. It's a story of sacrifice, survival, and ultimately triumph. From the onset, this journey has been a tale of sacrifice, determination, and resilience. We've delved into Ghana's audacious decision to flood part of their land, uncovering the reasons, the process, and the aftermath. We've seen the profound impacts, both the hardships and triumphs that emerged from this remarkable event. As we wrap up, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this historical journey. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories from Ghana and beyond.